Hello everyone, you're welcome to today's tutorial. Of course, I'll be showing you how I transformed my old footwear into a new one. Like you all know, and in case you don't know, what we do here is make shoemaking easy and simple for you. We want to reduce your family expenses on footwear, help you to build new stream of income by acquiring this particular skill. And today I'm going to take you through the process of how you can revamp and hold sandal slippers at the comfort of your home with little processes, little here and there. And of course, if you're a beginner, I want to tell you, you are in a good place. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe right away, and I'm sure you are going to enjoy every details of this. I'm sure you'll be wondering, are you sure I'll be able to make this at the comfort of my home? Come on, join us now and see all others as they also do the same on this channel. I need you to sit back and I'm gonna be right back. All right, for these simple slippers, what we need is we need this particular accessory. So all you need is to create a strap that you're going to be suspending to this place. Now you have some already made cord in the market that you can always buy and suspend there as well if you do not want to actually create yours. But if you do, of course, you can see what I have right here. All I did was folded 1.5 centimeter wide strap. So when I folded it, it became as, small as this. You can see what I have right here. So all of these, I'm going to insert at the front and at the two sides as well. So you already know our measurement is always what? It's always what? I need your answers in the comment section. Is always what? Is always what? I need your answers at the comment section. Is always worth? So we have that part. So this is going to be going into that part. Somebody will be wondering, is that not too small? No, it isn't. I'm going to pencil this just to keep it right in there. So you want to do this with care. So you find that it's coming out gently. So you can put it in slowly. Then use your plier to pull it out. Now you can decide to put a toe guard here, and of course it will still work perfectly well without a toe guard. So I'm going to be having this way. Then we have it divided into two. So some are longer than the other, or they seem like they are almost the same thing. So I'm going to put one here. So you use this one to position the back. So with this, you know where exactly to position the back part. Now, if you love to stitch, you can go ahead and stitch, of course, before you continue. The same thing on this side. If you don't want to stitch, use your rivet to hold this part down. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be preparing all of the strap. You already know the accessories we are going to be using, so I'm going to be considering the width of the accessory, which is actually really very small, about 0.75. So I measured this width to be 1.5 centimeter. This is 1.5 centimeter. From this side to this long one in between here is 1.5. So I'm going to just try as much as possible to close it like this kind of a closing, where the two of them get to meet themselves this way. Like, just try to bring them together this way. I love to do it one after the other. For me, I love to do it one after the other. So now that I've already punched this, we have picked this side too. Don't forget I placed the shoelace on it, and that's what I used to pick it. So I'm going to duplicate it on the other one. You don't have to go through the same process again. Just try to align it and then create a mark there. You have to be very careful, I think. Don't forget, this is actually a total revamp work, so you have to be careful. We have that point already. Then this lower part, you want to align this little one to here. You want to align this. This is where we have it. So it's also here. So I think I pick this, I pick it here. So I'm going to punch again. Please, it's not by force that you have to use this, so please note. You can use this. You can use this and just hammer it. If you want to increase it and make it wider, please don't do it downward. Always do that upward. So you punch the other side too, and then we put it inside, then we go ahead and then lace it. Okay, so let's go ahead and lace it together. Now you can also use your foot to actually do this. It doesn't have to be the shoelace. As long as it is yours, you can actually use your feet to do it. You can see what we have. Now I decided I was going to add some little accessory on all these openings here just to sparkle that place up. So I am going to be adding this at the middle here. Can you see that touch? So these are actually imitation pear. I'm going to put another one here. So I'm just going to arrange it all around like that. So let me start with the smaller one. I'll use my glue to hold it down. I hope it stays. I hope it stays. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So I hope this stays because this is a bit bigger. So I'm going to pick a smaller one again and then put it in the middle again. I've got to be very careful. Can you see that? So I'm going to also make that stay. You can see that it's adding to the glamour one way or the other. So I'm going to add to this last part. Now, so it's just the middle one that will be that wide. It's just all other ones will be a bit smaller. So we're going to just allow it to be there for a while so that it can dry up. Then we can go ahead with the bottoming. Can you see that the imitation pear is also adding to the beauty of the footwear? Now it's a revamp, and like I said, all we do is make shoemaking easy, simple for you. We want you to be able to reduce your family expenses on footwear. As far as I'm concerned, this can actually be worn on, as long as the occasion deserves, you just want to have a casual wear. This is actually a very good one to actually go along with. I can't remember how much I bought this accessory, but I remember very well that I bought it from the shoemaking material store. Why the pear rivets, I bought them on AliExpress. So you can buy them on AliExpress. It is called imitation pear. So I'm also going to do the same thing on this, and then we'll go ahead and bottom it, and voila, the slippers is ready. All right, now I have applied my contact cement adhesive. It's popularly called a full stick here in Nigeria, and there are so many brands. So I hear people have a lot of comments with as far as different brands are concerned. I have had so many veterinary shoemakers talk about the OCI brand, that it's very okay. I've used OCI, I've used Top Bond. I've not really used V-Track, so I've used it probably once, so I may not be able to say much about it, but I've used OCI very well. I've also used Top Bond. I've used some other brands too. So I believe so strongly that sometimes the way you apply them has a lot to do with the result you get. So what I do most times with my contact adhesive, especially now when so many of our materials does not really comply with all this adhesive very well, I apply more than once. So this what you are having here, I applied it twice. Now yesterday, let me just explain it this way. I applied the first coat, yes, yesterday before the close of work. So when I resumed the following morning, I applied again. You understand what I'm saying? I applied again, and I'm just going to go ahead and bottom now. Now those are the ways I do my experiments. This particular revamp is mine. I do all of this to be able to know exactly what information to pass across to us and how to let you know that this is what I've tried and this is what works. I have used this method severally, and I find out that it works very well. However, one extra thing I did with this is, after applying this, I'm going to be applying heat. Ordinarily, I have seen a lot of other colleagues do the same thing, but I have not done it really. So I am just going to be using my lighter to do like a kind of heat on it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be using my burner. So I'm going to do the same thing on this. So then I'm going to go ahead and put it together. Of course, I'll be feeding you back on the result I got. I've had so many people say now the result is always amazing. So that's why I'm doing this. So let's go right into it. Now don't forget, it's the sole I used before I am still using. So I am trying not to, you can see this one is already sticking. You have to be careful. Wow, here, I gotta be very careful with this. So you want to align this place. Now this one, if you don't want it to bend, then you have to learn to use your hand to incorporate it properly. Can you see what I'm trying to do? Make sure you are trying to make it straight. This one is already, holding up. Come to this side. You can push any part that seems to be out in. Don't forget, this is actually a revamp. So the next thing is to use our hammer on it. I'm going to hammer all the side, and we're going to go ahead and use our grinding machine to finish it. If you do not have a grinding machine, you can actually get a rasp. Just use your rasp. All this part that is a bit wider, you're just going to use your rasp to finish them up. I know somebody's asking what is a rasp. I will show you that shortly. All right, you can see what we finally have. So this is what I mean by rasps. You'll note it has, different grits. Some are actually rough, while this one is a bit smooth. So some are rough. You can get something like this, and then just try to, use it gently on the edges. You understand? But the most appropriate thing to do is just to ensure that when you are cutting, you make sure you cut it so well, especially if you don't have a grinding machine. You cut it very well so that it can align, and you have just little, or no finishing, just little. So it's not compulsory that it has to be this. You can also get this sandpaper too. These two we do a lot. We have them in different grits. We have some are very rough. We have some in the categories of smooth. So you can also use that, on the edges as well, and it will still give you a very good job. So if you want to do this, just put it right there. So you will find out that it will be making it smoother and smoother and smoother. So like this one here, you want to reduce it. Just as you do that, it will be reducing it. So you find out that it will be reducing. Can you see it? It will be reducing. So when you are through, you clean all of your footwear. Please don't carry water and put it in on top of it. You just need like a wet napkin, just to clean all around and to make it look intact. Where if you want to snap the picture. So I'm going to go to the grinding machine for the sake of those who have, and you can also get to the market and get also, if you have a workshop around you of those who make things like this, just show them and they will go ahead and help you with all of the edges. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain right here. So let's get to the grinding machine right away. All right, let's go ahead and begin to grind all of the edges. Now, this is actually an important part when it comes to shoemaking, because the truth is that there are some parts of this kind of our material that when you use ordinary sandpaper to finish it, it doesn't look well finished. You understand? So that's why sometimes we definitely need to get a grinding machine, especially if you want your footwear to have a professional look. You understand? You definitely need to consider saving up to get one. Now, I always say this. See, don't box yourself up by saying, if I don't have this, I will not start. I did not start with a grinding machine. I was using someone else's grinding machine. All I did was walk to a workshop and tell them, oh, I make footwear. Please, I would love to use your grinding machine. Prayerfully talk to people. You understand? And not even now that you find some people who are actually willing to receive, your payment to do it for you. So please don't hold yourself down by saying, I don't have this one. I don't have this one. I cannot start. I have found out that those things you think you did not have, the ones you have, start with it. The ones you think you don't have, over time, save up and get it. Yes, save up and get it. The amazing thing is that some people will just see what you do and be like, ah, and I love the way you are committed to this thing. Oh, or yeah, take 5,000, or yeah, take 10,000. Somebody, I know you are shouting amen. I know you shout amen, but just make sure that you are prepared for such kind of bonus, because so many times, it seems like we are not prepared for the opportunities we are trusting God for. So when you are trusting God for opportunity, also get yourself prepared for it, be equipped for it. So much so that when somebody give you 5,000 naira, as small as it may look, which is actually less than $5 for those of us who are not in Nigeria, is actually less than $5. um you can do as much as you can do if it is just to buy little material and just lay your hands on just a sample. So at this particular point, I saw a particular opening there. So I'm going to be placing my glue and taking some of the filings from, the machine, from the, heel, I mean the insole that I used initially. I'm just going to place it there. I saw some on the top heel. Don't forget it's a revamp, so you might have all of these things right inside it, probably because you have used it or so. So I just fill in that space and I decide to grind again. Now I left this grinding process for those who might be beginner. Probably you just got your grinding machine and you don't know how to use. That is the sole reason, for showing you all of this. So in case you already understand how to use your grinding machine, you might, skip this part if you want to. But trust me, there is no part of our tutorial that is not, very useful. So if you haven't signed up for any of our online courses, go ahead. You can join our community to enjoy the discounts available for you. See you next time.